psychology. The psychology can be defined in a simple term. One way of defining psychology is a science of adjustment in life. But this definition is yet not came into book. So the most popular definition of psychology is the science of study of human behavior and mental processes related to human behavior. Means there are two things which you have to cover. One is study of human behavior and second is mental processes related to human behavior. So which are those processes? It starts with the sensation, perception, learning, group dynamics, personality, attitude, and there are so many chapters which are included. I am just trying to explain you what are lifespans, which we have already discussed. Lifespan are periods from conception to death of the human being. What is development? Development is continuous process of growth and maturation of physical or psychological character, physical and psychological character in each lifespan and across the lifespan. Now, broadly, lifespan can be considered as prenatal, infancy, childhood, adolescence, adulthood, aging, etc. Now, prenatal period is broadly of 38 weeks, and when an individual is in the womb of the mother. The infancy is 2 years period from birth to 2 years, and childhood, adolescence, and adulthood are further divided into early, middle, and late period. Means we can say like that: early childhood, middle childhood, late childhood. We can say early adolescence, middle adolescence, late adolescence. We can also say that early adulthood, middle adulthood, and late adulthood. Late adulthood and aging can come together. Now, what is the concept of development? This concept is also explained to you. Concept of development states that it includes scientific studies of changes in human mind, enabling us to understand working of mind and reasons of changes in behavior. Growth and matures are essential components of development of mind. Means what is our concern? We try to understand scientifically with experimental studies that how human mind develops, how human mind changes from one lifespan to another lifespan. Means how human mind was working when an individual is infant and when an individual becomes child. The goal of normal development is to attain self-actualization and function effectively, productively, efficiently through acquired abilities of mind. Now, what is the goal of the development? We call person a normal person when the goal of the development is attained. If the goal of the development, a goal of the mental development is not attained, then probably the person can be termed as abnormal. But if goal is attained, the person is normal, and the highest level of attending is self-actualization. Now, what is self-actualization? Self-actualization can simply means that the person understands himself very well, and he also further satisfy the needs of other self. Means, in other words, the person satisfy his own needs, as well as he further do lots of sacrifice and lots of support to people in society. That is the level called as self-actualization level. Now, growth curve is plotted for change of height and weight of individual from birth to 16 years of age. So how growth is understood? Growth is a part of the development, is one aspect of the development, and which is a large one. I can give you an example of a small sapling, एक छोटा सा पौधा. छोटा सा पौधा कैसा होता है? उसका बीज डाल दो, एक छोटा सा पौधा उग आता है. उसको हम प्रॉपर नरिश करते हैं, फिर वो बड़ा होता है. तो ये छोटा सा 6 इंच का पौधा 5 साल में या 10 साल में लगभग 20-25 फीट का पेड़ बच जाता है. लेकिन उसको फूल नहीं लगते, उसको फल नहीं लगते, वो छोटे से बड़ा होते जाता है. मतलब क्या होता है? उसकी हाइट बढ़ रही है, उसका वेट बढ़ रहा है, लेकिन फल और फूल नहीं लग रहे. एक ट्री के केस में, एक वृक्ष के केस में यही ग्रोथ है. सो ग्रोथ of an individual is also understood in terms of increasing height and weight, and increasing height and weight is plotted against the increasing age of the person, and that curve is called as growth curve. Growth curve is defined as a statistical curve derived from plotting weight and height against chronological age for comparing an individual child's growth pattern with the average age of growth. Now, what we do by plotting the growth curve, we try to understand whether the growth is normal or not, whether there is any kind of abnormality or not, and we try to understand particularly in terms of physical growth, because physical growth is well understood in terms of increasing height of the body and increasing weight of the body. Now, growth and development, these two terms, how to differentiate these two terms, that we have to understand. There are many factors influences development of personality of a children. Personality continuously develops from right from the birth, even before. It continuously develops and it remain in a developing stage till death. Intelligence will be probably the development of intelligence will be probably over by the age of 32. Maximum intelligence level will be attained by the age of 16. But personality keeps on changing. The beauty of personality is there are some common traits which reflects in the attitude of the person. That commonness remains there, but even after that, the person goes on changing. How he was as a child and how he is as an adolescent, then how he will be as an adult. all these three states, the personality will differ, but the difference can be also noticed with common traits and common characters. Means when person is developing the personality, there are some constant character and constant trait which will be carried over from one lifespan to another lifespan. But at the same time, as the lifespan is changed, you will observe some kind of change in the personality of a person also. That is the beauty of personality. Now, personality, how personality is affected, it is given in your book that personality is affected by family and family members. Of course, family members and the whole family as a whole has an impact on a child's mental setup, child's mindset. Personality is also affected by surrounding of the child. And who is in the surrounding of the child? There are peers of same age, of his age, teachers and neighbors, even the relatives also. So this is the surrounding of a child, and it affects the mental setup of the child. Now, what it mean by the it affects means there are some traits and some characters acquired by the child from the surrounding. At the same time, some traits and some characters are overlooked, not accepted by the child from the surrounding. And who is highly instrumental to accepting the character or rejecting the character? They are peers, teachers, neighbors, and relatives. Now, child experiences with parents, peers, and teachers. It is not only experiences with parents and teachers, it is also self-experiences. What a child, he himself experience, maybe with parent and maybe without parent, maybe with peers, maybe without peers, and maybe with teacher, without teachers. So he also experiences certain things, and he experiences certain things along with the parent, peers, and teachers. That is called as child total experiences in the childhood. Child is also influenced by culture, religious rituals, caste biases in India. These are the influencing factor to the mind of the child. And always keep remember, whatever is accepted or rejected in childhood, that remains for long period, and it reflects in adulthood also. Now, place of living, whether it is village, whether it is tribal area, or whether the child is from the urban area, or he is from the metro city, and what is the schooling pattern, whether he is learned from corporation school, or he is learning in state board school, or he is learning in CBSE school, which he is learning in Marathi medium, or he is learning in English medium, or he is learning in Hindi medium. The medium of learning also affect the growth and development of the personality of a child. Now, areas of growth and development. Following are some areas of growth and development crucial to children in their childhood. Again, I am speaking about the childhood only. Physical development. In childhood, physical development is very, very important, very, very crucial. Child develops certain physical abilities during their progression towards adulthood. Means from childhood to adolescence, and from adolescence to adulthood. When the age progresses this way, the child also acquires certain physical ability, particularly muscle power. At the same time, he acquired the mind power also. Muscle power or muscular skill like dancing, that is called as, in psychology, it is called as psychomotor skill. The right word is psychomotor skill. Now, what it includes? It includes walking, running, jumping, and it is related to psychomotor coordination between large muscles and fine muscles. Means there is a neural system in our body and there is a muscle system in body. So if any kind of physical skill is acquired, like a person can become gymnast, a person can become dancer, a person can develop his bodily kinesthetic intelligence very well during childhood stage. बहुत अच्छी रंगोली निकालना, बहुत अच्छा रेत में पुतले बनाना, वास्तुशिल्प, कला, बहुत अच्छी ड्राइंग बनाना, ये सब साइकोमोटर स्किल्स हैं और ये सब फिजिकल डेवलपमेंट का हिस्सा होते हैं. फिजिकल डेवलपमेंट में ये आना चाहिए. Then the child also goes through psychological development. Now, what are the important psychological functions? I normally speaks about the 5 psychological functions which are very crucial to the child. 1, curiosity. 2, exploration. 3, action potential. 4, understanding association, dissociation. And 5th, accepting affiliation. These are the 5 psychological functions which are well developed, or in fact it is well matured during childhood stage. Now these psychological functions are very, very important in adolescence age and in adulthood age. If these functions remains underdeveloped or undeveloped, then the child is likely to face a problem in adolescence age or in adult age. Cognitive development. Cognitive psychology, you have learned how the perception will develop, how the attention will develop, how information will process in brain, how memory will develop, how problem solving ability will develop, how creativity will be developed. That's all aspect of cognition. Normally I speaks about cognition means the processes of sensation, perception, attention, information processing, memorization, etc. And the most crucial process of cognition is development of intelligence. So all these other processes, learning is also one process of cognition, but all these processes goes along with the development of intelligence. That the intelligence is good, likelihood of developing all these processes is more. But if intelligence is poor, the likelihood of development of this process is also poor. But not true in all cases. In many cases it can be true, but not in all cases. In some cases, intelligence may remain average, but other processes may get developed better. It is also possible. That is called as cognitive development. Then what is social development? Social development means self-identity, self-image, self-worth, development of self-esteem, development of ego strength. Means the factors which are related to social functions. If you are lacking in self-esteem, means if your self-esteem is low, so having even better intelligence, the success may be poor because your self-esteem is low. Now, what is the meaning of low self-esteem? Low self-esteem means perceiving oneself as I do not possesses those quality. In fact, you possesses those quality. You understand those quality, but you perceive that I do not possesses those qualities. For example, a boy can tell you, sir, I loses my confidence many times. Sir, lots of fear is developed in my mind. I don't know why. I am very anxious. So, loss of self-confidence. Self-efficacy is another character. There are two words which you have to keep remember. One is self-image and second is self-worth. These two together constitutes self-esteem. Self-image means how I perceive myself as what I am and how others perceive me as what I am. Now, self-worth, that is how much I value myself. How much I value myself. What is my level of understanding of my value in my family or in my school or in my college or amongst my friends. That is called as self-worth. And the other one is self-image. So self-worth plus self-image is equal to self-esteem. That is the simple Ganit. Now that is social aspect of development. Emotional aspect. What extent I am impulsive, what extent I am aggressive, what extent I am hyperactive, what extent I am conscious, or what extent I am not very, very conscious, what extent my feelings get hurt, what extent I get emotionally stuck. For a small pain, whether I cry or I manage with the pain, means my tolerance level, my stress tolerance level, whether it is high or low, all these are aspects of emotions. These are all called as emotional aspects. Sexuality. When we are saying here sexuality does not mean sexes. Sexuality means orientation of femininity or masculinity. Sexuality means even a female can have an orientation of masculinity. Means she is a female, but her characters are like a male. She behaves like a male. So she has masculine orientation. So many males are feminine. Means they are the male, but their feminine characters are more stronger in their behavior. So masculinity and femininity can be measured in an individual to the extent of deciding what is the sexual orientation of a person. Sexual orientation, I mean, I am not asking about sex of the person. Sex is male and female. And sexuality means whether a person is masculine or feminine, or having a combination of both. Gender identity. Gender identity simply means whether the person is being the male is proud of the male. The person being the female is proud of the female. That I am born female. So I am proud of my becoming a female. I am proud of becoming male. So if gender identity is low, then many times female gets depressed. Having lots of capacity, having lots of ability, female gets depressed because the gender identity is low. They are not proud of their gender. They feel, अरे यार क्या लड़की का जन्म लिया है ना, फालतू में मर्दों की दुनिया में हमारी हरासमेंट ही होती है. नो, इफ यू आर अ फीमेल यू शुड बी प्राउड ऑफ योर फेमिनाइन और फीमेल aspects. Similarly, it is true for male also.